Welcome back. Here I am again. Third video of the Will Me podcast in a row. Um, I feel drained right now. I feel drained, very, very drained. What have I done? All day, I've been doing videos. I mean, all afternoon. And brings me more peace in my soul to face what really needs to be faced so that I can transform. I said in a previous video, which probably nobody's seen, but anyway, that I will not be buying big time purchases like a car or a house or anything of that nature. And now I feel obligated because I've said that to make another video. I wish I didn't make that video. Wish I just spent the afternoon doing other things, but I had to make that video. I had to ruin my whole afternoon. Not, it's like I just gave in to doing it and then doing it again. And the reason why I did it again was to cater to you, but not really. You know, I'm gonna leave the cannot buy happiness video that I did as legitimate. Okay. Days, it's good. Nothing that I have against that video. Then I made another video. Oh, this world is so cruel. Why everything is so expensive. And all this kind of stuff. To put something out there where I said what I said, it just makes me feel really, really uncomfortable and makes me feel very, very much not in my soul, feeling good. And I stand by what I said in my video. And I'm here to clarify all of that and reaffirm that video I did yesterday on my other podcast, Money Cannot Buy Happiness. I'm going to do whatever it takes to live a peaceful, stable life, to live a secure, calm, grounded life with the basic things that I need to feel happy, to feel content, to feel satisfied, and all the rest I don't need in my life. All the excessive things that are expensive I don't need. I now have the clarity I didn't have before to see, like, knowing that I am going to need a place to live, which is um an apartment sometime or a house. That's necessarily a big purchase, but I'm willing to invest. That means that it saves me money down the line of other things. And a car to get around. I don't want to live in poverty. I don't want to be on the streets. I want to live a secure, happy life with getting the basic things that I need to live. Bring me security and happiness and peace. Because that's what I want. I think I just boil all of this energy into needing a plan, needing the absolute clarity of where my life is going to go, of absolutely having to know where my life is going to go and what I'm going to do in my life. I have to surrender to the fact that I'm not going to know because you don't know. You don't know. I don't know where my life is going to take me. And I have a basic idea, but I don't know. I can't predict the future. I don't have a crystal ball that can predict what's going to happen in my life. So nothing is set in stone. And I expect to just say all this stuff and be so clear on it right now when I'm not worrying about it right now. But whatever happens, it will be for my authenticity, for my truth as much as it can be. Money is meant so that you can live a secure and simple life without it much at all in your life. There's a family member who traveled the world a lot of her life. Well, that's not necessary. In fact, that's excessive. It's excessive. I mean, why can't you just be happy just at home, doing what you love to do at home when you're retired? Why do you always have to be traveling? Why do you always have to be going to all these places? It's egoic. Because the soul doesn't need fancy things to be happy. The soul doesn't need all these fancy schmancy items and money and objects and possessions and places to travel to be happy. The soul just needs to feel pure and happy and satisfied and worthy on a basic level. And that's all that we can feel. That's all that we can afford to feel. And that's why money is set up. It's supposed to be a limitation to teach us the value of spirituality, to connect to our souls, not to what our ego wants. It's meant to make us more spiritual with its limitations that it has. Because if we had all the money in the world, we would all be going around and taking and buying, 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 and nobody would be satisfied with it. No one. We wouldn't really feel real self-worth and contentment if we had all the money in the world. I'm going to leave those episodes up because I don't delete any episodes from this podcast. Was how I felt at the time. Probably never going to watch those episodes, but they're up. I'm not going to take them down. They're part of the real me. They're part of the real me podcast, and the real me is a story, and that is just a chapter in the story. This is another chapter in the story. So that is what this real me is. It's a story. It's a timeline of where I began to where I am now, and it just the timeline continues as I get older. So I do want the basic things. And that's all I need to feel happy. A car, a house, all the simple things in life that may require a lot of money. But if that's what it takes to avoid it as much as humanly possible, then I am willing to do anything to avoid it as much as possible to deal with it as little as possible in my life. And I'm not going to expect myself to have a plan. And I think I catered to the audience. I thought, oh, what if you're going to think so personally of me with what I said? Oh, I wish that I did my videos in a way where I didn't cater to you today. Didn't give you what you wanted because I thought that you were going to reject my ideas and my opinions and my beliefs about it. I don't respect those who travel and I don't respect those who show off their traveling and their social media and talk about it in their lives and brag about it in their lives. How good their traveling was, of how good their vacation was, of how good everything is in their life because they can travel, they have all this money to do this. Like, I don't want that in my life. If that means I'm going to come up with a lot of complications with the excessive stuff that I don't need to buy, that's expensive. I just need simplicity and happiness, and that is all that I need. And, um, in my life. And I cannot talk about home and about all this without facing the fact that that requires me to buy that. So I can't have a home unless I buy the home unless I invest in the home. If you live a life where you're chasing down money and you're really, really materially, focused and you are uh, just always wanting more money, always trying to make more money and spending it everywhere, spending it on trips, spending it on these excessive things in stores, and overspending and over shopping, doing all this, spending it on restaurant food or whatever. If you're doing that, they're not really feeling real contentment. You're not really feeling true contentment in your life. Because contentment doesn't come through that. It comes from the simple things, the simple pleasures. That's where it comes from. So I will get by in the world and I will feel worthy with the money that I have. And I will not struggle financially. I will have enough to pay my bills. I'll have enough to buy the things that I want that feel right to get. I'll have enough to provide for myself. I'm more than enough to do that, but I won't use it to travel, to overshop, to overspend. Yeah, it sounds sad, I said in that other video, but spend it on others. I don't want to spend my money on others. I don't want to waste my own money on somebody else. I want to spend it on my own values, on my own, what I want, what I really want to have, what I want to have. I mean, that just says that I'm not going to probably be in a relationship ever because I'm not going to spend anything on that other person because I don't want to because I have come to the realization and, you know, integrated the fact that money is finite and it's meant to be. It's meant to be finite so that we can feel true happiness, so we can understand that true happiness doesn't come from money. So, picture indicates that I've said all this, I have it laid out, and I'm focusing on right here and right now in my life. I've said my piece about money, I've said all the stuff about it, I've made my case perfectly clear at this point. Now I can let go. I can let go and live in the present. And tomorrow, I don't want to be burdened by the desire to be making videos all day. I don't want to be making videos all day. I want to do other things. And I've ruined that. I've ruined that. I've ruined my afternoon doing this, and I feel so guilty for it. Money is meant to provide the basic things to make you feel safe and secure and simple. And it's meant to provide the basic things for entertainment to make you feel good. And that's about it. It's not meant to for you, it's not meant for you to travel using the money. It's not meant for you to um spend it on excessive things like buying food at restaurants and wasting your experiences on money, paying for experiences that you have. I don't want that. I want experiences that I didn't have to pay for. So I'll be at home, I'll have my books, I'll have my subscriptions, I'll have my, podcasts that I'll do, I'll have a lot of cookbooks, I'll cook recipes, I'll probably be doing some astrology readings here and there, and maybe working at another job to fill the time, and I will have a car so that I can drive, maybe a driverless car, and that's about it. And then I'll be good. That'll make me feel secure. That'll make me feel happy. And if you're really, really connected in your soul and your spirit and your intuition, you won't need to travel. You won't need to overbuy. You won't need to do all these things because you'll find that the simple things make you happy, and the things that are not based around money make you happy. So that's what I'm saying, and that's what I was saying all along. I just needed to come on and clarify this out for you and out for myself, first and foremost, to get this fully addressed and fully dealt with before moving on. Like Pluto excavates and digs out all the stuff before it fully moves on. So, thank you for tuning in to a much better episode, a much more clear episode, but an episode with a lot more clarity in it than the other one, the other two that I did. The first one I had very, very extreme ideas, and the second one I was just so unclear. So now the third one is third time's a charm. This is the official thing. Like minimalism, besides basic wealth and basic satisfaction with living a kind of extravagant life, a simply extravagant life, a simply luxurious life, simple luxurious life is what I want to live. That I can live with the finite qualities of money. And that's how I am going to be happy in my life. I have it all mapped out. I feel good in myself. I feel secure in myself about it. Save myself the disappointment of just traveling once and wanting to do it again. Saving myself the having to get over the fear of hopping in altitude, having to manage through a hotel and, doing all that. Saving myself from a lot of troubles, having to find my way around to different places that I don't know. Saving myself from a lot of stuff. It's not me crawling to a hole and, being resistant or just playing it safe and giving in to my, fear. It is me choosing what I value on a soul level and what is most important to me and what would truly make me happy. Knowing myself, being, true to myself. So I think it's really, really good to know who you are in regards to money and what is most important to you when it comes to money. And I'm separating those out. If you're in your ego, then you're going to probably want to do these things. But if you're in your soul, you don't need to travel all the world, to travel to Antarctica, China, um, Europe, all these things. And to go to Vegas, to go to Louisiana, to go to all these places and live a very, very fancy life. You won't need that if you're living in your soul. So that's what I want to say. With clarity, with deliberation, I'm signing off now. I want to just stop what I'm doing and just stop making videos for today. Wake up tomorrow morning, do my podcast, and just hopefully just spend the rest of the day just chilling tomorrow. So, probably talk about Mars entering Taurus tomorrow on the Cosmic Sky podcast. Possibly, because that's what's coming up. Um, and yeah, and on the other thing is on Spotify, um, making money off of the music, and on YouTube making money for the content. That's all how I'll get my income. So yes, and I will be a great cook. I will be very, very serious about cooking. I will learn how to make anything that I want to that I can get in a restaurant. I'll just look up these restaurants and I'll look at these menus and boom, I want to make this. Like you go to a restaurant and you choose something that you want to order off of menu. Well, you know what I'll do is I'll look at that menu and I'll see like, oh, I want that. And so I'll get the ingredients to make that and I'll get to enjoy it myself. I'll buy the ingredients and I'll make it myself and I'll feel perfectly good and happy eating it myself. It'll feel good because I made it myself. And it's what it's more important to me. It's more valuable because I did that. So I think that that's what this really, really comes down to. So now it's integrated. This Pluto retrograde is really, really intense. It's really bringing up a lot of shadows in my life right now in regards to this. So I'm facing this early. Looking at, watch your Pluto retrograde horoscopes for your 12 signs. Like I said, for Sagittarius beliefs, you're going to probably be changing and looking at your beliefs and what beliefs hold you back or limit me. I think I said that, and I think that I'm living that out. So I think that that horoscope is still very, very accurate, and they're still better than the 12 sign horoscopes that astrologers give. And, tell me in the comments, like, what are you digging up, for yourself during this Pluto retrograde? What is coming up for you that you need to look at, that you need to integrate, that you need to face during this Pluto retrograde? So, I want to know. I want to have conversations. For me, it's money. For you, it might be something else, because it is something that I've kind of repressed and pushed, ignored and put on the back burner. But now I'm addressing it. So, there you go. So, um, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you for tomorrow's Cosmic Sky podcast. Whenever you're seeing this, you're seeing this 2 days from now, a day from now, I don't know. But anyway, this is just a very, very casual clarification of an episode that I'm doing. Probably one of the most calm and chill and down to earth and put together episodes I've ever done of the Real Me podcast. I cannot see any reason why anyone would have anything to criticize with this or to reject with this or anyone who will be resistant to anything that I've said in this podcast. Maybe in the other two, but I don't think this one. So anyway, I really just want to get off now. So anyway, I just wanted to come on and address this and bye for now.